of the current year, Fix It Now has completed the worksheet in question assets. Journalize the adjusting entry. Use page 8 of the journal. So what I have here under my question assets is this is the completed worksheet, just like we would have done in Work Together 1, 2, and 3. And then we have our chart of accounts here. So what I need to do is I'm going to look on my worksheet on my adjustment column. And I was just trying to get everything to show on here, and I was having a hard time. Truly, the only thing that I need to see is my trial balance and my adjustment column. So I'm going to look here, and I'm going to do my first adjustments, which is going to be supplies. So I'm going to take a look here on line 1. You will notice how it has the word adjusting entries centered. That means I don't need a source document. Okay? The next thing we need to know is what date do we record these adjusting entries. And these adjusting entries are recorded on this day right here. So notice how it says for month ended April 30th. So April 30th is going to be the date of our adjusting entries. So because we don't have the month on there yet, I'm going to need to, on my journal, go ahead and put in April, period, 30. And now I'm going to need to list my first adjusting entry. So I have supplies as being credited, but when I look down, I see supplies expense is being debited. So supplies expense is going to go first. No source document for 153. And then I will credit supplies for 153. That really is, looking at my worksheet, this first adjusting entry for 153, I'm just going to take it, whatever is debited, I'll debit in my journal. Whatever is credited, I will credit in my journal. I now need to do my second adjusting entries. The month is already on my worksheet, or excuse me, my journal, so I don't need to write the month. Again, I just need to put the date. Every transaction must have the date. And for my second adjusting entry, I'm affecting supplies, insurance, prepaid insurance, and insurance expense. Prepaid insurance is being credited, and insurance expense is being debited. So I'm going to record first insurance expense. And that is being affected by $125. And then I'm going to credit prepaid insurance for $125. Really, the numbers that are on my adjustment column, I am just journalizing. Once you have those good to go, go ahead and grade step 1, because step 1 truly is just journalizing it. Woo! I got mine right. Step 2 is posting. Now, we posted before. Posting is not new. Okay? What I need to do on line 2 here of my journal, you will see supplies expense is being debited. So I'm going to scroll down here on the bottom. I'm going to find my account supplies expense. I have to put in here the month, April 30th. Nothing in the item column. Post reference is 8. How do I know it's 8? Page number, for sure. You got that. And supplies expense is being debited $153. It previously had a 0 balance, so 0 and a debit of 153 gives me a new balance of a debit of 153. The last step is always take this account number 550, and it goes back up on my journal in my post-reference column. So line 2 was a relatively easy one to do for supplies expense. Supplies is a little bit harder, not a lot harder, just a smidge. So when I go to post to supplies, I'm going to put the date of the 30th, Post reference is going to be 8, and I am crediting supplies $153. But this is where we hold up our horses, and we do not put 153 in the balance column because supplies already has a debit balance of $228. And I'm crediting it 153. So my debit is bigger than my credit. So I will just take out my calculator, and I'm going to take 228, and I'm going to subtract 153. When I do that, my new balance mathematically is 75 as a debit or credit. Why? I agree. Yeah, it is. It's the bigger number. So I'm going to have a debit balance for supplies of $75. The last step I do is take account number 140, and I put it back up on top. Repeat with insurance expense. Put the date of April 30th. Post reference is 8. I'm debiting it 125. It had a 0 balance. So a 0 and a debit of 125 gives me a balance of 125 debit. Account number 530 goes back up on my journal. Always think of posting as a triangle. Start at your journal, go down and do your date, work across, account number back up to your journal. And again, prepaid insurance we're going to do just like how we did supplies. There's already a balance there, so I don't need to write the month. I'm only going to write 30 for the day. My post reference is going to be 8 because we're journalizing it or posting from journal page 8. Prepaid insurance is being credited 125. So when I use my calculator, my previous balance was 375. I now need to subtract 125, so my new balance will be 250 as a debit because debit is bigger than my credit. Remember, the purpose of our ledger is so that we know at any given point what the balance is of our account. We don't just take what is debited and credited and put it in our balance column. The balance column truly is mathematically what we have. I'm going to go ahead and click on grade final step. And I'm having a fantastic Tuesday because I got all mine right. Whoop, whoop. I'm excited for that. You can go ahead and try that on your own. And you will find that is Chapter 6. So going through, we have learned the whole chapter, and it is my plan that for Friday, before break, that we'll take a test on Chapter 6. Reason being is you don't want to do it when you come back after break because you will not remember as much. So we'll make sure we get that test taken care of before we leave for you to enjoy playing in the snow because that's my favorite thing to do over break.